Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It is the time of year when many come to me for witchcraft of certain sorts, when love is in the air, or when those who have a connection that cannot be acted on must remove obstacles. Despite the fact that my own love life is usually a mess, I'm very good at helping others love life. I am a Valentine's baby, so, kind of Cupidish, and I am a Casanova. Not in the fact that I'm, saying, oh, I'm a pretty boy model. No, in the sense that I'm a Casanova is the fact that that is my maternal bloodline. And yeah, I'm a direct descendant of that Casanova, who was jailed for 5 years for witchcraft, by the way. Yes, my famous ancestor. But this video is going to stir controversy. It is something that must be said. It is something I have discussed with my sister witches that should be spoken about in terms of our mission as Lilithians to help empower women who are treated like property, as that is one of our main missions. But they have decided this should be spoken of from the perspective of a straight male. In other words, me, because it's pretty much the only option they have. At least that's young and pretty anyway, and English speaking. So, this falls to me with the permission of the elders of my coven. So everything I say here, I am saying with the full support of female Lilithian witches with decades and decades of experience of empowering women whose power has been taken away. And so if you're going to come at me, keep in mind that. And also, these women are fiercely, fiercely protective of me. I'm like the son they never had, or the little brother that they always wanted, or the weird lab experiment that escaped that they think every man should be but isn't because of the patriarchy. I digress. So, we're going to talk about love and the issues that a lot of women have with love and relationships and how they're treated. And it comes down to one thing. Well, not really, but it comes down to the influence largely of one of my nemesises. It's hard to say when you've had 6 pints of Murphy's Stout. Groupthink. I've done videos on it. It is evil. It is against my queen because it takes away one's free will and individuality. It takes away your free will to choose the path that you want to follow in favor of acceptance of other people whose acceptance shouldn't mean anything to you, but they declare that their acceptance means everything because they're them, whatever that means. This goes back to my question I've asked since childhood. When you're always told, well, you have to do this way because they say, well, no, they say you can't do that. Well, I ask, and I've asked for 30 years at this point because I'll be 37 on Valentine's Day. I know I don't look it, but glamour spell. I know I'm not that good, but hey, I'm better than most my age. But I digress. Who are they? This infamous they I've heard about my whole life, particularly from the baby boomers, who, the majority of them, their whole life has been about keeping up with the Joneses and, oh, look what I have. Look at my stuff. I have more than you. Look at me. Oh, back in high school this and back in high school that. Who are they? Who is this infamous they? Who are they? Why do I want their approval? How did they get so powerful? What power do they hold? How did they obtain that power? How do we remove them from that power? And my personal favorite in this rant, why does their approval mean anything to me? What do they have that I want? Can they restore my lost sense of purpose that was taken from me when I so valiantly sacrificed my dream career as a firefighter to expose the crimes of the good old boys club, bullying, hazing, retaliation on me, sexual assault, up to and including rape? Ooh, there goes the monetization. But all that, so it shows that I will go the distance and will never sell out my integrity for what I believe in and for truth. Yeah, that's right. So if any women are like, a man's mansplaining, mm, I, I mean, I guess I kind of am, but I am the boy in the girls club. So, if you want a male perspective on this that respects and empowers women, I'm sorry, I'm not as good as it's gonna get. You know, how many straight men have been accepted into the inner circle of the Temple of Lilith? Not many. There's more cardinals in the Catholic Church than there are men like me. So you get what you get. But the crux of this video, bad relationships. What does it come down to? The actions of men. In a way, yes. In a way, it comes down to groupthink and what women value most. What is that? What seems to be the most important aspect in the beginning of a relationship? Is it emotional connection? Hell no, I wish. Sexual tension? Nah, once again, that'd be awesome. Personality compatibility. Come on, ENFJs. No. Could it even be things like common interest, wanting the same outcomes in life, even financial stability? No. No, no, no! What is most important and what cripples many women into bad relationships for long periods of time and makes them miss potential true, deep emotional connections, perhaps even the elusive unconditional love. Because the good guys, the ones that really, want that deep emotional connection, want unconditional love, we lack this ever so important, all-consuming, most important aspect. I'm terrible at it personally. All INFJs are, male or female. What is it? 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 Timing. It is because most that I can see, perhaps it's a regional problem. If you want to come at me and say, this isn't the thing. Well, it's certainly a thing in greater Philadelphia and has been for years. I've been observing this for decades. I got tarot cards as visual aids too, by the way. We're going to get to them. But it seems to be the most important, by far, all-consuming. It's happening. Sorry. Again, I've been drinking. It's hot in here. Give me a second. Okay. Better. Okay. It seems to be that above and beyond all else, the most important thing is being in the right place at the right time. So, if it's all random chance, what does anything else matter? Case in point. Let's say, for example, a ENFJ woman is seeking a relationship. Let's say she's demisexual. A lot of ENFJs are, not nearly as many as INFJs are, but a lot of them are. You all know my soft spot for ENFJs, so we're going to go there. All right, so the ENFJ female. What are their flaws? Well, they're amazing and they're the sweetest people ever and very affectionate. But they have flaws. Let's not lie and say they're perfect. They struggle to say no and they struggle to stand up for themselves, which the narcissists come for them. Always have. Even the famous ones. Look at Amelia Clark. Who was it? Sorry. Her and a friend of mine share a mutual ex who I sucker punched in 2008. Story for another day. But enough about my past, but you are intrigued. Timing. So, say this ENFJ, she knows what she wants, but she's not good at standing up for herself. Say covert narcissist is drawn to her. Now, covert narcissists are typically very charismatic. They can fool people for long periods of time, particularly in public. They wear that mask very well, as opposed to overt narcs or in borderlines, like my mother. I don't need to get the urine, she's dead. who, 2 minutes you see right through them. So the covert narc, very charismatic. They would be good in fooling the people around this ENFJ female, that this ENFJ female should give this covert narc a chance. And this is typically true, even more so, when the female is physically out of the league of the covert narc male, because let's be honest, ENFJs, their confidence isn't great. INFJs are even worse, but we're using, let me stick with one example. I know my ENFJs. We're going to use them as an example because I take this personally because I chase ENFJs. So, the covert narc convinces people around the ENFJ to give him a chance. Oh, he's so great, this and that. The ENFJ is out of his league. But, he's a bullshitter, salesman type, you know the drill. Frat boy, most likely. Alpha. So, the ENFJ is pressured into giving the covert a chance. She can't say no. Creature of habit. Things grow deeper. People around her say how great the guy is. And he puts up a pretty good act in public, behind closed doors. Totally different. Why are narcissists so drawn to ENFJs? Well, I've said it, they can't say no. Without really demonetizing this video, can't say no behind closed doors where no one can see their true face behind the mask. Use your intuition. Right? Without me letting my demonic side out just thinking about it, because I'm now reliving dozens of hexes that I've done on men who deserved it, and gladly do it again. But now the ENFJ is trapped. She wants out. She can't stand up for herself. Covert's got everybody around her fooled. But there's glimmers of free will within the ENFJ. Perhaps a guy appears in her life that is actually what she's looking for. Eccentric like her, on her level physically, into deep emotional conversations, philosophical, poetic. Just wants her, looks at her like she's the only person in the room and doesn't give a damn what anybody else thinks. INFJ. I'll never cheat too, because he's demisexual. Okay, we're talking about me. So, I like to use myself as an example because I know me. But, he's got this blind spot. She's into him. She's showing signs. He can't see it, because his head's screwed up, because he's an INFJ and he was raised by a borderline, so his confidence is real bad. And he overthinks and questions everything. But eventually he does notice, and she pursues him. Sexual tension's off the charts. Everybody sees it. Everybody's smiling. It's like a living Hallmark movie. It's like a live-action Hallmark movie. Of course, she hides the fact that she's with this covert. He doesn't know. He thinks she's single. So, being a cautious INFJ and a demisexual, gotta have this emotional connection. Oh, it's there. Oh, and it's strong. He's ready. He's ready, because he ain't gonna waste his time unless there's something real there. Then someone lets it slip about the existence of the covert. And this person, when I say slip, because they were sworn to secrecy. So the ENFJ wanted the INFJ to catch feelings. The INFJ does catch feelings. The INFJ wants to date the ENFJ. The INFJ was not to know about the covert narc boyfriend, at least not until he caught feelings. The ENFJ knows the INFJ is demisexual and can only have emotion, can only have that connection with one woman, which is now the ENFJ. Does this INFJ make his move? Well, that's the question. Is attraction, wanting the same thing in life, sexual tension, same interests, deep conversations, just this complete natural chemistry. Does that trump being in the right place at the right time, or, what the group wants? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. So if a guy you don't really want is simply in the right place at the right time, and you are convinced you give him a chance and then unable to break free, are you stuck with him forever? Even if the guy that you claim you always wanted, who you also think doesn't exist because he's super rare, then comes around and looks at you like, wow, you're dead on my type. You didn't see that coming. You think this guy's out of your league just because he's some nobody model. Well, yes, we're talking about me. What do? He's not going to go, knowing that the covert exists. He's trust issues. He's not going to go for it and make his move just for you to then tell him, like, oh, I like you, but I got a boyfriend. He'd rather you kick him in the nuts. There is some question, there is some conversations that allude to the fact where the ENFJ feels trapped and wants to be rescued. Gee, now you're appealing to the INFJ's hero complex, particularly if this INFJ was an ex-firefighter. Again, me. We're not even hiding the fact that this is about me. Do you want to be, if ladies, if you're in a bad situation and you want out and you feel like you're trapped and you can't get out, and you find the guy that not only do you want, that you think can also rescue you, you have to tell him. If do not, especially with an INFJ, or any demisexual for that matter, make a guy fall for you. Do not tell him, oh, I didn't think guys like this is all our connection and all that stuff. Do not make him believe or think, or perhaps he is, everything you've always wanted to find and thought couldn't all exist in one guy. If that's true, you're really not going to give him a chance just because some guy that you don't even really like and aren't attracted to was there first, which leads back to my base question. So timing's the only thing that matters? The end result of who gets together in a relationship is all based on who's in the right place at the right time. No wonder I'm single all the time, because I'm terrible at timing. So it has no who I am, even superficial shit like what I look like and down there. I did perform a nude scene. So, even size and bank accounts and looks, and aside from deep emotional connections and demisexuality and cooking abilities and empathy and snuggling and all the soppy stuff that INFJs do, all of that, which ENFJs love, because again, we're very compatible, very similar. All that. Big stack. It's like, well, timing. Timing more important. And then you wonder where the good guys go. Well, if it all comes down to who's in the right place at the right time, guess what? Those like protective yet empathetic emotional guys, we're also introverts. So we struggle to make the first move. And we're not going to do it if the game's rigged, because we've all been hurt before. So if timing is all that matters, and you leave it all up to random chance, you get what you get, and you're going to get the narcissists, because the narcissists are going to be the ones who twist other people to manipulate you into giving them a chance. The men of honor, the mensch, for those of you in the tribe, is going to do it solely on what you think of him and your attraction and connection to him, because here's this wild thought. That guy thinks that a relationship between a man and a woman should solely be about the attraction and emotional connection and the chemistry between that man and that woman, and not a group decision. That's right. The decision of who I pursue romantically, it's a dictatorship, not a democracy. Obviously, if it happens, she has vote, but I'm talking on not who I date, I'm talking who I chase. That's my decision and nobody else's. I know, wild. So, this is a bit controversial. It shouldn't be, in my opinion, which is the only male opinion I care about. But it leads into certain things that can be seen in tarot readings. And I almost forgot about these. So, ladies, if you are in a relationship solely based on that, you were manipulated into, and now you think, how do I get out of it? I never even really liked this guy. I'm settling. I just kind of made do. Yeah, there's actually a tarot card for that. That's you. This is the card of the woman who settled for a guy she didn't really want to be with, but other people wanted her to be with him, so she just kind of made do and felt, and he's a narcissist and manipulates her and pushes her down to make her think that she can't do any better, and he's the greatest thing that ever happened because he's him. Whatever that means. They'll usually cite, it's usually one of two things, in my opinion. I've observed many of these men. It's either, I was this and this in high school, or I was in this frat. You know the type. But yeah, you don't want to be her. Because when you are, your intuition is screaming at you, telling you you're in a bad spot and you need to get out, to act on it, to have free will. She'll help you. Renish Vyasa Vaj Lilithly Rock. Summon her. If you don't have free will and you need female empowerment, Mommy Lilith will come to the rescue. She'll ask for something in return, but it's worth it. She's Lilith. Moon card. Intuition. Dreams. They're never good, though. It's telling you something bad. If you're a woman. If you're a man, it usually means you got woman troubles. Because if it continues, it'll be this woman. Absolute misery, staying up at night crying. Especially, this will be you after you just kind of, this is disgusting to me as a demisexual, being intimate with somebody that you're not really into and just kind of letting him do whatever he wants. That's gross. That enrages me. No woman should do that. No guy should either, but we're talking about women. Because this guy, and you think, oh, he's got everybody fooled for now. He'll eventually be this guy, that narcissist, the Seven of Swords. See, he's got you fooled. He's stealing 5 of the 7 swords. He thinks he's golden. These two are going to come back and get him and expose him eventually. Sometimes it takes time. You never know. But you, if you are, making the guy you always wanted fall for you, but you're not going to give him a chance because, what will people think? People expect me to be miserable and subservient to this douchebag, and I can't go against the group. My happiness means nothing compared to group approval. 3, heartbreak. Yeah, but you're evil. You're the heartbreaker because you made the honorable guy fall for you, and you hid the fact that you had a boyfriend that you don't even like, and you made him want you, but you're not gonna give him a chance because the group said you have to stay with the douchebag, and because high school mentality, you're gonna do that and be miserable forever because groupthink. I don't even understand it, and I don't notice how I can't really explain that well because it makes no sense. But the end game will be this. The most infuriating card in the tarot. This woman is completely dominated and subservient and is property. She has no free will. Without pontificating too long, because this video is already too long. Daenerys Targaryen, Season 1. Point made. So, free will means if the opportunity to have what you yourself have decided is what you always wanted, if it appears to you, you must seize on that opportunity. Guess what? Getting everything you want, it's gonna mean breaking the status quo, doing more of the same and expecting everything to change into what you always wanted. That's not a thing. And being rebellious and embracing free will, there's always bumps along the way. It's always worth it in the end. but you're going to upset people, and you might even, well, you might get away with it if you're a pretty female, but you might be vilified. If you're a male, you're definitely going to be vilified, even if you're Lilithian. Just remember, who are they? Why do I care what they think? What authority do they have? Who gave they their power? And what do they have that I want? Think about it. Think about it.